Greetings everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Starco Gaming, and today we're moving on with our next uniform review from Infinity War Part 2 with Star-Lord Marvel Avengers Infinity War, obviously. A lot of people are saying, man, this uniform is fucking awesome for Star-Lord, a lot of iframes. It is true, but if you fight something that has really fast and constant attack, when you're transitioning between each high frame, you can actually be very hurt. Like for example, Black Dwarf Wall Boss Ultimate. It is not that easy to actually do it without getting hurt. So yes, this uniform is awesome, but as I mentioned earlier in my live stream when we went live with the update, he is lacking just a little bit of defense, of survivability. I think that if he had actually guard break on one of his skill, like on the 5th skill, so he can actually get that 5th skills going without getting hit and protect himself for between each high frame, I think that will make Star-Lord as great as he should be. But I'm not saying he's not a good uniform. This uniform is a huge improvement for what Star-Lord used to be in Marvel Future Fight. Damage output is very great. Defensive is much better than Star-Lord was ever. So it will not make it to my top 5 for this this Infinity War update, but it's still a uniform that I could recommend people to actually buy. With that said, guys, where is this uniform going to be usable? It's usable everywhere. Well, maybe except Timeline and Battle Wall, because those game mode is just going to get wrecked. But everything else, Shadowland is going to be really strong in Shadowland. Wall Boss, you can clear Wall Boss up to at least stage 10. Not too hard mode. For storyline autoplay, you can actually handle it. Alliance Conquest, goddamn, I'm looking for my words today, guys, sorry about that. Alliance Conquest, if you put him against team that is, doesn't have immune to all damage and all that kind of stuff, and don't hit too hard off the bat, I think that Star-Lord could actually manage a very good way in Alliance Conquest. So my guess is, if you mix him up with average characters, it can actually be very useful. So basically my rank for Star-Lord uniform will be above average, slightly above average will be my call for this uniform. Some people are going to disagree with me, and that's all fine, guys. Just let's, if you come commenting and shit like that about it, just let's keep things civil, guys, so we can actually discuss and share our opinion. Again, guys, when we're going to talk about the uniform, the bonus uniform, if you want to know what uniform you need to own, it's going to be posted in the pinned comment in the comment section on YouTube, guys. Now if we take a look at the changes on this uniform, let's go to uniform first. Uniform bonus: apply to self dodge rate increased by 10%, which is like nothing. It's not even 5% when you're fighting stuff that's higher level, your level, like Wall Boss Ultimate and stuff like that. Enhance effect of skill legendary outlaw link with the Malano. I think they mean 2 skills. I am not sure. We're gonna go in the skills list here. Well, first of all, the first thing is leadership, and yes, it's passive skill. Okay, is leadership like a prior uniform? Bring the leadership from 45% to 50% increased damage to blast type character. Then you got a link with the Milano. Ignore target dodge rate by 40%, and if we look without the uniform, equip skill, this skill will actually give you 30%, so you get 10% ignore dodge rate, which is really useful against Wall Boss Ultimate again, and really useful in Alliance Conquest in my opinion, and Shadowland for the floor or past floor 20, where stuff start to dodge a little bit, can be very useful. So let's put that uniform back on. Let's go back to the uniform page. Here we go, uniform list. We have 4 skill changes, guys. First, the 5th skills. The 5th skills cannot be cancelled right as soon as you see the first icon appearing over the ground, cancel this shit on your next skills that you're going to be using. Fourth skill, full iframe. Third skill, full iframe, and second skills, full iframe. I think the only skills that did not change is the first skills. That is pretty much it, guys. So you have iframe on fifth skill, but you want to cancel it because you don't actually need to get it. You got full iframe, and that's the skill. If you have damage plus, you want to let it go up to the end because the final hit on that skill is actually the best hit. So fourth skill is actually your damage plus skill if you have a damage plus. A very long iframe too. Then you got the third skill. Third skill is very good at spinning around the target and shit like that with an iframe, and you got the second skill. Basically, my rotation, guys, is pretty simple. I'm going to do the fourth skill. When I jump back and finish that skill, I'm going to pop my fifth skills, going to cancel into 3, pop 2, go back to 3, and repeat the rotation. The 3 has a really low cooldown, guys, 3 seconds cooldown, so you can actually use it twice during a rotation. So that basically the rotation I'm using in World Boss Ultimate and Shadowland. It might not be the best rotation, might have a better rotation than that. I have no clue, guys, and that's just how I'm playing him. That's how I feel comfortable playing him. He's not a meta, so the optimal skill rotation doesn't really matter since we're not going to be using him in Alliance Battle Extreme or anything like that, except as a leader maybe, but that's the only thing. Now I'm going to share with you guys my build so you can see where I'm coming from for when we actually jump into the gameplay section. So first, custom gear. Critical damage 36.7% with invincible and immune to stun effect. ISO set we're running with set bonus stage 6 Hawkeye, so we get a little bit too much skill cooldown actually, but I'm working on reducing my skill cooldown on my cards, so that's going to be just fine. Then we got skills. We already talked about the skills. We got the gear. I'm running without Hero. Fourth skill is set to ignore defense. I'm still not capped on ignore defense. I need to work on it with your eventually, maybe. We'll see. Here, reduce cooldown duration. You can see I'm like 9% over the cooldowns, over the cap, so it's not very good. We'll be better off with either overdrive or power danger growth, but it's not worth with a character that is not a meta, in my opinion, to just go for a specific ISO set. We're getting ignore dodge 40%, ignore defense 43, critical damage 194%, critical rate 31%, and attack speed 119%. One thing I want to show really fast here, guys, is in the skills tier 2 passive. You can see critical damage increased by 10%, which is why I'm 194%, almost capped without Hero, and increase guaranteed crit rate by 30%. So that does not appear on the stat sheet. Basically, the way you calculate the actual critical rate you got, guys, that's something I don't talk enough in my video. You're going to take your critical rate, you're going to divide it by 50%. So like here we got 31.87, let's say 32%. So we're going to divide it by 50%, which gives us 16% actual real crit rate, well, around that. Then we're going to add the 30% guaranteed crit rate. So basically, with my setup currently, my Star-Lord has around 46% critical rate. Actual real critical rate when I fight a World Boss Ultimate. So that's pretty much how it works with critical rate matched with guaranteed critical rate, guys. So that's the actual stat I'm running. Eventually I will be fixing my ignore defense, my critical rate, my critical damage with a Hero, but I am not on a hurry for that since this guy is not going to be a meta. So guys, next we're going to move to the gameplay section. We got some timeline. I actually had to pick a very easy team to beat. Well, not very easy, but you know, Sharon Rogers, Mantis, and Winter Soldier actually with uniform at level 64. We were able to handle him with Star-Lord as manual play. Obviously auto AI play is going to be crap in timeline with him. And then we have stage 9 Wolbus Ultimate Black Dwarf, and we have story mode chapter 13.1 on autoplay with Star-Lord to see how he does in actual autoplay, and he does pretty decent. So guys, we're going to move to the gameplay section. If you have any question, any comment, feel free to post in the comment section on below the video on YouTube. And guys, you can join me on Discord, or you can join me on Twitch too for my live stream, guys. So thank you for watching, enjoy the gameplay section, and hopefully guys you'll come back for the next video. Thank you.